Welcome to Subramani. Recently, met a friend of mine whose daughter was going to live in a different city. Now, these are typically upper middle class kind of kids or rich kind of kids who have never lived on a budget, and parents have spent for everything. And she was going to be at least about 500, 600 kilometers away, and she wanted to live independently. So the father and daughter wanted to know some important steps which she should take for wealth creation. That was very clear that she wanted to create wealth. So I sent her a video which I had made, which said what are the first few things to do, which means buy yourself term insurance, medical insurance, and things like that. None of that is really applicable to this girl. Father has medical insurance covered for her. She's going to get medical insurance from the company, and so that all those things didn't apply to her. So I said, okay, let me start this way. I said, here are 10 steps which you should do to create wealth for yourself. Some of it may not be applicable to her, some of it may be applicable to her classmates, because she wanted to send this video to her classmates. So I started by this, and this does not change. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, does not really matter. Make it a habit. First thing is create a budget and track expenses. See, most kids today who are rich and rich, upper rich, very rich. I'm not even talking of middle class and rich. The thing is that people have not seen even their parents live on a budget, right? So maybe the father or the mother know what they're doing. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I'm not even getting into it. But if you are going to live alone, if you're going to live separately, you need to know how to live on a budget. You're going to be paying rent, you're going to be paying for the transport, you're going to be paying for food, you're going to be buying some vegetables, you're going to be cooking, and you're going to be eating out. So the question is, if you maintain proper accounts, you will know whether if eating out costs 100 rupees, maybe it costs just 10 rupees to make the same stuff at home, or making food at home. So to know whether it is 1:10 or 1:20 or 1:5 or maybe 1:2, I'm not getting into what ratio is right, but then you will know what you're doing only if you create a budget and live within that, right? So you decide, okay, this is what I'll spend on transport, this on food, this on clothes, this on going out, partying with friends, etc., right? Second, though not strictly applicable to this girl, I would say applicable to most other people, would be to build an emergency fund. In case suddenly you need to spend some money for whatever reasons, you're unwell, you have to pay for a doctor, you have to pay for some medication, you have to be hospitalized. That is the worst case scenario. Anything else can happen, right? So landlord says, I want this flat, so you look for another one. So you have to pay the advance first, right? And then only you'll be able to move out, and this money you will get later. So any of these emergencies, you would need money. In this case, in this girl's case, of course, she can call for her dad, call her dad and say, send me 1 lakh, and dad would send it in a jiffy. But for some others, who they have to create that emergency fund themselves. And when you don't create an emergency fund, you make a mess by selling some wrong shares, or stopping some SIP, or something like interrupting the compounding, or withdrawing from an equity fund within 1 year. Maybe you won't pay capital gains, but you'll still pay an exit penalty of 1%, right? So to avoid those things, you need an emergency fund. So everybody needs an emergency fund. Your emergency fund could be your dad or a mom saying, okay, here's the money. So mom or dad could be the ATM, mom or dad could be the emergency fund. For somebody whose parents are not so resourceful, or themselves perhaps waiting for you to earn, emergency fund becomes even more important. Though not applicable to many people, would be if you have interest, high interest paying debt. You have gone and borrowed on some app, you have borrowed on a credit card, you have taken a personal loan for whatever reasons, to bail out a friend, to buy a ticket, to travel, whatever. So pay that off immediately, because there is no way you can earn that kind of money. And I've seen people struggle, though very rare. I've seen somebody paying 47%, let me repeat, 47% interest on their credit card loan, which means the app loans must be more expensive. What's got into you? There is no way how you can earn that kind of money. So you should never borrow. But in case you've been forced to borrow, some friend's mother has been admitted in hospital, he needs money, you didn't have it, so you paid through your credit card, Right, so you have a debt. I'm not getting into the morality of getting in and out of debt, but in case you have any of these high expensive loans, just pay it off very quickly, as soon as possible. Then start investing today, right? From your first job, whatever you can invest, 500, 1000, 10,000, 15,000. I'm not getting into the number, but please start investing as soon as possible, because after some time you will definitely regret saying, oh my god, why did I invest only 500, why did I invest only 1000, I could have put 2000 or 4000, right? After 5 years, there's nobody who says I wish I had not started saving or started investing. So saving is something which has to be learned. If you don't know investing, you can invest in an index fund. That's not so bad, right? It gives good return. In fact, big authors like Morgan Housel swear by index investing, saying I only put all my money in an index, right? So there are people who do that kind of thing. So start investing early, whatever it is, equity fund, debt fund, a balanced advantage fund, it doesn't matter, right? So for creating your emergency fund, you may be putting 500 rupees per month in a debt fund, which after 2 years everything will get added to your income. There is no doubt about that. But or you put into, say, in something like an equity savings fund for your emergencies, right? So you can do any of those things, but build your emergency fund, then start investing for your goals. So obviously, how to invest, that's a separate thing. Set your goals, see how much you want to invest and all that. What are your goals, and start investing. So you will do all that, and then increase. One important thing is invest in yourself. This is not something which any investment advisor is going to say, but start investing in yourself. Whatever you're not good at, you're very good at public speaking, very good. Then maybe you need to improve your PowerPoint skills and other Excel skills and all that. So maybe you sit and learn that. You're very good in this. Maybe you need to learn. You need to learn some public speaking. Maybe you need to join a gym and start looking after your health. Invest in yourself, whether it is education, training, learning, gym, whatever it is, swimming, whatever you want to do, running, join a running group. Joining a running group may not have any financial implication. For something else, that could be financial implication. Gym, there could be financial implication. Start educating yourself on personal finance. One day I'll drop dead and there'll be no videos. And I'm not saying that my videos are sufficient. It's a great place to start, but you'll still have to go and educate yourself on personal finance as to why you should not be buying ULIPs and why you should be buying mutual funds. Having said that, after some time, if there are ULIPs which are cheaper than mutual funds for whatever reasons, then that may not be a bad investment. Right now, mutual funds score, especially because you may not stay on investing for a long period of time, and at some stage your need for insurance vanishes and your need for wealth creation increases. So it's much better always to keep insurance and investment separately. So learn everything about personal finance. For example, if you're going to support your parents, instead of sending them money every month, it's better to put a lump sum in their name in the bank deposit and let them live off that interest, right? So that is much better, because they'll be obviously paying lesser tax than what you are paying. Right. So that also helps you to minimize taxes legally. You're not doing anything illegal. Plan for your life ahead. Are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? If you're 22, I'm sure marriage is not crossing your head. But if you're 28, maybe you get married at 29, 30. So then start planning for another person in your life. If you're a boy, plan for the girl. If you're a girl, plan for the boy, or whatever you want to do. But start setting yourself now long-term goals. I want to buy a house. I want to, do whatever else. Buy a car, take a vacation. All those things are also expensive, right? You can buy a motorcycle for 3 lakhs. You can also take a European vacation for 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, right? So prioritize what you want to really do, what you don't want to do. Keep reviewing what you're doing, adjust regularly, and if you're investing in equities, involve your parents, tell them what you're doing, because when the market goes up, they think you're a genius. When the market goes down, they think you're an idiot. So be careful about what they think about you, and all this is important for you to understand that if your parents are not involved in what you're doing and something goes wrong, then they're going to say, oh, I told you this is not for us, we are not that kind of community, and things like that. So start having money conversations, equity conversations in your family. If your family has not been investing, if your family has been investing, you don't need to, because they'll themselves encourage you to do equity SIPs. So find out about all that, involve them, all that is necessary for you, and then take a decision on whether you should buy a house or rent a house and things like that. Again, that depends on whether you're 27, 28 or whether you're 22. At 22, no kid is thinking of buying a house. At 28, 29, people are contemplating a house, or they've already made some down payment. So see where your life is going. But these, I think about 10, 11 steps which I spoke about should help you in good stead. Thank you.